Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. I am group members who would like to present a topic about self-incompatibility in crowd species. Firstly, the introduction of self-incompatibility in crowd species. Self-incompatibility refers to the inability of a plant with functional pollen to succeed when self-pollinate. It is a failure of pollen from a flower to fertilize the same flower or other flower of the same plant. It also known as a genetic mechanism in angiosperm, which prevents self-fertilization and thus encourages cross-fertilization. Next, the classification of self-incompatibility in flower morphology criteria can divide into two types, which consist of heteromorphic self-incompatibility and homomorphic self-incompatibility. Heteromorphic self-incompatibility is the morphological difference caused by difference in the length of stamen and style called heterostyly. It is divided into two types, namely distyly and tristyly. Meanwhile, homomorphic self-incompatibility is due to the genotype of the plant. It is also divided into two types, namely sporophytic self-incompatibility and gametophytic self-incompatibility.
I'm start with heteromorphic self-incompatibility. In heteromorphic, flowers of different incompatibility groups have different morphology. This incompatibility refers to those plants where the same species produce more than one morphological type of flowers, where the relative length of style, distyly and tristyly, and stamens differ. The flower with short style and high stamen is called as trump type, whilst flower with long style and low stamen is called as pin type. Pollen grains from high anthers will fall and stick to stigma of long style of pin flowers, and pollen grains of low anthers will be held on stigma of short styles of trump flowers. This style is controlled by a single gene complex with two alleles. The allele for short style is dominant over the long style allele. The long style plants are homozygous recessive and short style are heterozygous. In tristyly, plants produce three floral morphs, namely long style, mid style, and short style. In a successful pollination, pollen from long stamens of short style morph is compatible on stigma of long style morph and not on mid style morph, while those from mid stamens are compatible on stigma of mid style morph.
In a homomorphic system, the incompatibility reaction is associated with the genotype of the plant. These mechanisms are based on protein-protein interaction which are controlled by a single locus term S. There are two types of homomorphic self-incompatibility which are gametophytic self-incompatibility GSI and sporophytic self-incompatibility SSI. In GSI, reaction occur between pollen tube and style is determined by the genotype of the pollen, which controlled by haploid or gamete genotype. As locus products are synthesized after the completion of meiosis, when growth of pollen tube is arrested in the style. From the diagram, it shows that in GSI, a pollen grain will grow into any pistil that does not contain the same allele as that of pollen. If both alleles has the same genotype, it will stuck in the middle of the style and fertilization cannot be occur. Why it will proceed the fertilization if it contain different allele. The example of GSI is in Solanaceae. In SSI, incompatibility reaction between pollen tube and the style is determined by the genotype of the sporophyte which contain diploid tissue. As locus are synthesized before the completion of meiosis and growth of pollen tube is arrested at the surface of the stigma. From the diagram, it shows that in SSI, pollen will germinate successfully if contain none of the two alleles present in the pollen and pistil. Pollen will not germinate and arrest at the surface of the stigma if it contains either one of the two same allele present in pollen and pistil. It needs both different alleles to proceed with with fertilization in sporophyte self-incompatibility.
In conclusion, it can be concluded that self-incompatibility in cross species is important. This is because self-incompatibility effectively prevents self-pollination and may be used in hybrid seed production. Self-incompatibility proves a way for hybrid seed production without emasculation and without resorting to genetic or cytoplasmic male sterility. Other than that, self-incompatibility also has a limitation, which consists self-incompatibility is very difficult to produce homozygous inbred line in a produce self-incompatible species, and bud pollination must be made to maintain the parental lines. It is also affected by environmental factors such as temperature and humidity. That's all from us. Thank you. Bye-bye.